welcome to yet another video. So in this one we're going to talk about all things to do with creating and managing a bill. So we'll walk through some of the options you have when you create an order, what happens before and after an order is sent to a display screen. So there's this KDS which literally comes with any package, so it's an additional feature for people who don't really want to use printers in the kitchen. You should be able to see orders as they come in, so we'll talk about that in a few. So I added a couple of items just to have something to work on in the from the last video. So to create an order, you're gonna pick a table from any one of the sections. I created more sections, so we'll pick table 100. So yes, we want to create a new order. So you'll notice that once you opt to create a new order, you have a new option, actually two new options, which we'll talk about later. So I'm going to put in an order for a beef barbecue or two beef barbecue and probably a Coke. I don't know, Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola, two Coca-Cola. So before I send this order to the respective department, so these are two things that are gonna happen. One, if you opted to print KOTs, then you're gonna have a printout. So that setting is when you check enable printing KOTs and sending order. This option is for people who want to make printouts of orders. So once that is turned on, when you confirm an order, it will be sent out to the KDS and also printed to the printers that you set up for the respective department. So how you configure that, it's under printer settings. You'll notice that I already set up all the printers for the respective department. So I have 4 departments. That's a bar, there's a cake section, the kitchen, and the bill. So each one of these I can always adjust depending on how you installed your printers in your machine. You will either need the printer name or the IP address. So if you're using a USB printer, you will need to unfortunately I'm using Mac, so I can't really show you that. I could probably just show you this in a separate video, so I'm not gonna waste time going over this, but this is the area where you can configure that. So what I need to do is I need to assign this order to a waiter. I'm logged in as a super user, so that's why I have so many options. So if you're logged in as a waiter, you don't need to pick a waiter. The system will automatically pick the waiter that is logged in. So I'm gonna pick Eric as the person serving this table. So let's make a few adjustments to these items before we send them out. So for the beef barbecue, I'm gonna say this is for kids. Please make it as soft as possible. Okay, so that's just a little note. Then here I will say make this spicy, something like that. So there are things that you can do before you send out an order, and that's just one of them. So you have an option to add some notes, which would be some information that you need the person in this department. For this case, this is the kitchen, because my menu is set up in a way that beef barbecues go to the kitchen. So either the kitchen printer or the display screen is where this is gonna go. So the other thing you can actually do is you can attach some add-ons. There's a section here I just added a few things. So I would say please add one chips for the kids. I could still add modifications to that. So you'll notice that I have one add-on. So for this specific barbecue, it has two things, the nut and then the add-on. So let's see what happens when we confirm this. So when I confirm, this now is sent out to the printer and then the KBS. So when you come to this section, you have this order. So there's one beef barbecue with nuts, and then there's an add-on for chips for the kids, just as we mentioned it. So if I pick the kitchen, you'll notice that I have these two beef barbecues that were sent in. So when I come back here, you'll notice that this now turns out to be white. Right? It has a white background. So there are other extra things that you can actually do after you've sent out an order. So for instance, if I select this again, you'll notice that I have a couple of options. Of course, it shows you who created it, and when this was created. So this is me 5 minutes ago, and so I have several options. I can shift this item to a new table. I can view add-ons, which we added for this. Of course, this is only available if the item actually has add-ons. So let's start with canceling an item. What does that actually mean? So this depends. If this item was already sent out, just like we just did, it means for you to cancel this option, this item, you're gonna need a reason why you're canceling it. It could be maybe the client changed his mind to something else or anything. So let me say client cancelled and say yeah, so cancel that. So that goes away, and you notice we now have one beef barbecue. So what happens here is that when you look at your sales report, you will notice that if I expand this just a little bit, so you'll notice that we have an item that was cancelled by me, and there is a reason why it was cancelled. So all items that are sent out and eventually end up being cancelled, you will see them in your sales report. This report is sent out on a daily, so we'll make a separate video just to talk about everything about this report. So the other thing, there's another instance when, for example, if I add another item and I select this, you'll notice that I can actually delete this. This doesn't need a reason because this item wasn't sent out anywhere, no printout was made, so we assume that this item has not been served. Then the other thing also, if I add it again, you'll notice that I can't print a bill if I have something that I haven't sent out, because you don't want to end up charging a client for something that they haven't actually served them. So that's a little catch there. You're gonna have to confirm these items. They go out just like you see it there, and then you should be able to view and print a bill. It's just that I don't have a bill printer connected here, but that's how it normally works. So for you to see a bill or settle, make a settlement or anything, for as long as you have an item pending, you cannot settle or discount or anything. You can't do anything up until you confirm that these items are actually served out, or they were confirmed by the client that that's exactly what they want. So I'm just gonna remove this for now. So there are other things that you can actually do with an order, and that includes shifting items, the settlements, and all that. But that's how you create an order. And in the next video, we'll talk about all things to do with the actions on the right, the settlements, the discounts, and all that. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.